Hey YouTube fam, so this is going to be something different, not hair related. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about why I decided to do a leave of absence from my program. I was in occupational therapy grad school and everything was going well until it wasn't. Basically, I was stressed. And someone told me about a leave of absence, which is something I was not aware of. Tell me if y'all knew about such a thing, or if you did know about it, how did you find out about it? Because I was unaware that there was even such a thing until somebody told me about it. And it wasn't even someone from my school. So, interesting. It was an older person, an elderly person that told me about it. So, that I work with. All right, so I have some points here that I wrote down, so I'm gonna be looking down every couple minutes or so to make sure I'm not leaving out any details that I wanted to provide to you guys. So, yes, the decision to take a leave of absence. That was a very difficult decision for me. I was happy to learn about such a thing, but at the same time, I was stressed because grad school was something that I was ready and prepared to go into and finish. And I just felt like me taking a leave of absence would be me wasting time and like basically pushing back other things that I wanted to focus on once school was over. So I was pretty stressed about that, and it took me a while to wrap my mind around that. Basically, me taking a leave of absence would be me basically using a whole year, and I'm just like, there was a point in time where I just was like, I gotta do what I gotta do, even though it wasn't part of my original plan. It's not what I wanted to do, but it's something I kind of had to do. So there were a couple of reasons why I decided to take a leave of absence. One main thing was my grades. So during my first semester, I was working 2 jobs and thinking that I can balance both school and work like I did in undergrad, but that was not the case at all. Like, grad school is a lot harder, and nobody should be working 2 jobs and going to grad school. At least not for occupational therapy anyways. So that was my downfall when I first started the first semester, and my grades reflected that. I tried to bring it up, but it still wasn't enough because in my program you have to have a 3.0, and at some point you're not there, they can kick you out the program. So I was kind of like on the edge of like basically possibly getting kicked out the program if my grades weren't better to some extent. So there was that. Also, financially, I was having difficulty. I could not afford to pay the program, so they were going to kick me out eventually either way. So they kind of made the decision for me in a way. It's like I had to leave regardless. It was either I leave and get kicked out because of financial and grade reasons, or I leave before they get a chance to kick me out and save up money and take a break as needed, so that way I can come back, pay the school, and focus on just school. So financially it was a lot. I couldn't pay them. I was owing them money. I also did not get approved for the Grad Plus loan at the time because of my credit score, which was something that was unexpected for me and very stressful. Also, mentally, I was going through a lot. Right before grad school started, I lost my uncle, which was very traumatizing for me, and just the way things happened. Like, I've lost somebody before, but this time was just a lot different, and the experience and stuff that came along with it. So that was a lot. I was going to therapy through my school and also working and also trying to get through my program. So it was a lot going on. And eventually I became stressed. It was too much to handle, and I just realized with all of this combined that all these reasons I needed to take a break. My advisors, my professors, they were very understanding, and I communicated with them throughout this whole time for the most part, and they knew what was going on, and they didn't want to see me go, but they understood my reasoning behind it as well. So for the process of doing the leave of absence, I had to first speak with the dean, And then the dean had to speak with my professors to make sure that they're in agreement of me taking a leave of absence, because they are also the same people that's going to have to sign papers and documents for me to be allowed back into the program as well. So they were all okay with that and approved my leave of absence. I also had to get my advisor to sign off on the leave of absence, and I think that was the final step, and I was out the program. Newfound freedom for a little while, took a year off, and during that I have not wasted any time during my break. So during my break, I'm looking down to make sure I ain't forgetting no details. So, all right, so during my break, I definitely was working, have been working, still am working a lot to make sure I get my finances in order. I got my living situation in order, and I also have built up my credit and increased my credit score. So all of that is going to help with the financial part of me paying my program. I also took time to focus on my mental health, and I just been focusing on things that make me happy and bring me joy. And I've been doing that by also communicating with friends and family members whenever I'm going through anything. I speak and communicate with them. And also I switched up kind of what I was doing for work. Not switched up, but I took a break from working at the hospital, because that was also a lot. When basically I've been working at the hospital for years. Never bothered me until after losing my uncle. So I had to take a step back from that for a couple of months just to get my mental together and everything else I was going through. So I took time to step back from work and working in the hospital and do a different type of work. So there was that. Also, I have saved money, and I have been studying, of course, because I don't want to slip up and come back and just be lost in the sauce of what we're learning. So I definitely stay up to date and refresh everything that I've learned since I've been at my program. Unfortunately, I've also thought of a plan B just in case me getting back into my program after this leave of absence is done does not work out. But that is not the plan. The plan is for everything to work out and for me to keep pursuing what I started, finishing what I started. So there's that. All right, the last topic here, guys, is going back. So when I go back from my leave of absence, I will have to communicate with my school. I will have to basically make sure I paid them whatever is due. I would also have to sign off on some documents from the financial aid department, I believe. And then after that, the last step would be re-registering myself for my classes and communicating with my professors to let them in the loop of what I'm doing and when I'm going to be starting the program again. So I think that's about it. I hope I've covered everything concerning a leave of absence. If I did not, you can definitely comment below and let me know if you have any thoughts or opinions or questions regarding a leave of absence. I will be doing more stuff about grad school or about school in general, I guess. And if you have any other topics you want me to talk about, definitely let me know. I'll see you guys later, but don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.